Hi, Erik Linask here, coming to you from the Miami Beach Convention Center. We're here at IT Expo East 2011, day 4 of IT Expo. In fact, it's been a great show so far. Had an opportunity to talk to a lot of wonderful people, some great companies. I have an opportunity now to talk to John Schwing from Eaton. John, thank you for joining me. Welcome.
Thank you, Erik. Yes, thanks for having us here. Appreciate it.
So first off, I want to thank Eaton for sponsoring a great all-conference party. Eaton was one of 4 sponsors at last night's all-conference party here at IT Expo. So thank you. Everybody seemed to have a great time.
Oh yes, our pleasure. It was a great time. We had a lot of fun.
Good. Thank you. But on to bigger and better things. What are some of the issues that you guys at Eaton are seeing really impacting the IT industry and specifically impacting your business?
Well, I think what we're seeing in the IT industry is, especially in the SMB market, in the corporate sector, is just a strain on budgets, just to implement capital-intensive type projects. Obviously, we are in a business where we provide power quality products that ultimately, would be considered, a capital buy. So what we're seeing is just a real push towards value and implementation. So, getting a high value of your spend, getting the most for the money, driving energy efficiency in the implementation to lower cost of ownership, comply with certain energy efficient initiatives that are being pushed through an organization. And also with a lot of drive towards virtualization. It's changing some of the dynamics of the power distribution that we're seeing and the requirements of power distribution in the rack, as well as a requirement and a need for companies to have a very unified power strategy, that it's not just about the hardware, it's how this hardware is interacting into what we call at Eaton the power chain, which is the critical power infrastructure that drives the business. So we're seeing there are challenges out there, but we're meeting those challenges head on. Eaton's always been an innovator. We're celebrating our 100th anniversary this year in 2011. So really innovating a lot. The company's always been an innovator and continuing to do so.
Well, congratulations on the 100th anniversary. So what are some of the hottest products at Eaton that are helping your customers achieve some of these power and energy related goals?
So some of the biggest drivers we see in that and the product sets are the scalable architectures that we see, both in smaller, what we call single phase UPSs that are modular and scalable, as well as in the 3-phase power markets, capacities of 12 kilowatt up to 60 kilowatt, but the scalability and being able to scale for growth. Those product lines really are pushing the highest efficiency levels. Those products were actually developed in concert with the Eaton engineers developing those products with the early adopters, the early manufacturers like the HPs and the IBMs of the blade chassis. So they go lock and step. So it's kind of applicable that we call that product line the blade UPS or the blade ups. And so it's modular, and that's very much a hot product, both here in the States and also our international markets. We also are seeing a need for more high-density power distribution in the rack. And so we're seeing the requirements for 3-phase power to the rack to keep load balancing to the upstream panels, intelligence in the PDUs in the racks to have switched capabilities or managed capabilities to get a real good idea of load profiling of energy utilization in the rack.
So a lot of times with technology, companies, especially as they're looking to minimize spend, are reluctant to make an investment until something goes wrong. So is that what you're seeing, or are you out there actively educating customers and potential customers and seeing a return from that educational process?
Well, we are educating. There is no doubt. I mean, that's part of what we do at the end user level to provide best practice white papers that are published out on the Eaton's Power Quality site. There's a lot of good content there. There's thought leadership papers for in data center design magazines and whatnot, and literature. So there's a lot of great information out there and educational information. We also provide that level of education through our channel programs and what we call the Eaton Power Advantage program, which is an IT-specific partner program. And it really is a growth-oriented program for companies that are looking to get ahead of the curve of change in IT and really do some cooperative marketing with Eaton and do that education because it is important. Now, even with all that education, though, we get the calls where clients are in panic mode and they're in change mode. We absolutely can react to those situations. We don't like to see those situations because it's obviously there's a lack of comfort level. Then people feel like they have to do something and do something quickly. We obviously can support those, and we can get the right products in and the right solutions in with our partners with the Eaton product set. Our goal, though, is to educate, be ahead of the curve, design properly with a user, design properly, bring that solution through channel, and get it done right, and avoid those situations where people get caught.
So, switching gears just a little bit, how's the show been for you?
Oh, the show's been great. It's been fantastic. IT Expo, we've been really happy with. Here in Miami, it's been a great mix for U.S.-based companies that focus on U.S. business. But there's also a nice mix here at the Miami show of IT channels that are Miami-based that are supporting the export markets. We've also had some great companies come in and providers and VARs that are also non-U.S. based, maybe based in the Dominican Republic or in the Caribbean or Latin America, and it's been great show.
I bet you hate going to visit those folks.
Well, actually, I'm pretty much Florida-based, but we do have a team here in Sunrise, Florida, in our office that supports Latin America and the Caribbean. Graciano, pretty much, he gets to go to all those great places in the Caribbean, but I'm sure he doesn't mind it too much.
Absolutely not. John, it's been a pleasure. I've been talking with Eaton's John Schwing here at IT Expo East 2011. John, thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Erik. Yeah, thanks a lot.